Lecture 7 of Agile Project Management, Agile Project Management version 2.0. In this lecture, we will cover the DSDM products. Now, the DSDM Agile Project Management Framework describes a set of products to be considered as a project proceeds. These products describe the solution itself, which is the main deliverable of the project, and anything created to help with the process of evolving it, and anything that is required to help with project governance and control. Now, please keep in mind that not all products are required for every project, and the formality associated with each product will vary from project to project and from organization to organization. The formality of the products is influenced by factors such as contractual relationships, corporate standards, and governance needs. Now, the products and where they feature in the project lifecycle are shown on the diagram on the slide. Now, you have products classified into 3 layers: business, solution, and management. Now, on the business front, you have products which are characterized by dark blue color. And on the solution front, you have products characterized by green color. And on the management front, we have products characterized as light blue color. Now, several of the products, those marked with G, may also play a part in governance processes, such as approval gateways, and may be used to demonstrate compliance of the solution with corporate and regulatory standards where this is required. Let's kind of do a deep dive into each of the products. Now, if you kind of look on the business side, you have terms of reference. Now, terms of reference is a high-level definition of the overarching business driver for and top-level objectives of the project. The primary aim of the terms of reference is to scope and justify the feasibility phase. It is defined as a governance product because it may be used for purposes such as prioritization of project within a portfolio. And then we move on to the next one, which is the business case product. Now, business case provides a vision and a justification for the project from a business perspective. The business vision describes a changed business as it is expected to be incrementally and at the end of the project. The justification for the project is typically based on an investment appraisal determining whether the value of the solution to be delivered by the project warrants the cost to produce, support, and maintain it into the future, all within an acceptable level of risk. Now, baselines of the business case are typically created first as an outline by the end of feasibility, then as a basis for approval of development by the end of foundations. It is formally reviewed at the end of each project increment in order to determine whether further work is required. Moving on to the next one, the prioritized requirements list. Now, this product describes at a very high level the requirements that the project needs to address and indicates their priority with respect to meeting the objectives of the project and the needs of the business. Consideration of requirements begins in feasibility, and a baseline of the prioritized requirements list, also called as PRL, describes the scope of the project as at the end of the foundations. After that point, further change will happen naturally in terms of depth as a result of emergence of detail. Now, changes to the breadth, which is adding, removing, or significantly changing high-level requirements, needs to be formally controlled in order to ensure ongoing alignment with the business vision for the project and to keep control of the scope. Moving on to a couple of other products, there is a solution architecture definition. This provides a high-level design framework for the solution. It is intended to cover both business and technical aspects of the solution to a level of detail that makes the scope of the solution clear, but does not constrain evolutionary development. And then you have the development approach definition. This document provides a high-level definition of the tools, techniques, customs, practices, and standards that will be applied to the evolutionary development of the solution. Importantly, it describes how quality of the solution will be assured. A strategy of testing and review is therefore a key part of the development approach and described in the development approach definition. And then we have the delivery plan document. This product provides a high-level schedule of project increments, and at least for the first or imminent increment, the time boxes that make up the increment. It rarely deals with the task level detail unless there are tasks being carried out by people who are not part of the solution development team or before the solution development team is formed. And then we have the management approach definition. This product reflects the approach to the management of the project as a whole and considers from a management perspective how the project will be organized and planned, how stakeholders will be engaged in the project, and how progress will be demonstrated and, if necessary, reported. The product is outlined in feasibility and baseline at the end of foundations and will only evolve beyond that when circumstances change or if review of the approach identifies areas of improvement. And over here, we see the two big documents. At the end of the feasibility phase, we have feasibility assessment. Now, this provides a snapshot of the evolving business, solution, and management products. Each of the products should be mature enough to make a sensible contribution to the decision as to whether the project is likely to be feasible or not. The feasibility assessment may be expressed as a baseline collection of the products or as an executive summary covering the key aspects of each of them. And the other big document is the foundation summary that we create at the end of the foundation phase. Now, this provides a snapshot of the evolving business, solution, and management products. Each of the products, again, should be mature enough to make sensible contribution to the decision as to whether the project is likely to deliver the required return on investment. Foundation summary may be expressed as a baseline collection of the products described on this particular slide, or as an executive summary covering the key aspects of each of them. And then you have the evolving solution, which is made up of all appropriate components of the ultimate solution, together with any intermediate deliverables necessary to explore the detail of requirements and the solution under construction. At any given time, such components may be either complete, the baseline of a partial solution, a solution increment, or a work in progress. They include, where valuable, models, prototypes, supporting materials, and testing and review artifacts. And then we have the time box plan, which provides depth and detail for each time box identified in the delivery plan. It elaborates on the objectives provided for that time box and details the deliverables of that time box, along with the activities to produce those deliverables and the resources to do the work. And the time box plan is created by the solution development team and is often represented on a team board as work to do, in progress, and done. It is updated at least on a daily basis at the daily standards. And then we have the time box review record. The time box review record captures the feedback from each review that takes place during a time box. It describes what has been achieved up to that point, together with any feedback that may influence plans moving forward. Where appropriate, for example, in a regulated environment, formal auditable record of review comments from expert business advisors and other roles make this a governance report. And then we have the project review report. This is typically a single document that is updated incrementally at the end of each project increment by the addition of new sections pertinent to that increment. At the end of each project increment, the purpose of the product is to capture the feedback from the review of delivered solution and to confirm what has been delivered and what is not. Another purpose is to capture learning points from the retrospective for the increment focused on the process, practices employed, and contributing roles and responsibilities. And finally, One of the other purposes is, where appropriate, to describe the business benefits that should now accrue through the proper use of the solution partially informed, proper use of the solution delivered by the project up to this point. So after the final project increment, as part of the project closure, a retrospective covering the whole project is carried out that is partially informed by the records for each project increment. And then the last product that we're going to look at is the benefits assessment. This describes how the benefits have actually accrued following a period of use in live operation. For projects where benefits in the business case are expected to accrue over a prolonged period, it's important that a number of benefits assessment may be produced on a periodic basis, aligned with the time frame that was used for justifying the investment.